Hello everyone. I am thrilled to introduce you to AVLearnifyEdu, the brand new YouTube channel directed and powered by Avin and To. With a mission to provide quality education in an engaging and innovative way, AVLearnifyEdu is all set to revolutionize the way we learn. In today's world, where information is readily available at our fingertips, AVLearnifyEdu aims to make learning more accessible and fun. With Avin and To at the helm, the channel promises to deliver high-quality educational content that is not only informative but also enjoyable. I invite you all to subscribe to AVLearnifyEdu and be a part of this exciting journey of learning and discovery. Let's embrace the power of education and knowledge together. Thank you. Today I am going to give lecture about Introduction to CPC 1908. Contents. First one, classification of law. Second one, history. Third one, scheme of CPC 1908. Fourth, scope code not exhaustive. Fifth, how to make interpretation to CPC 1908. Sixth, nature of the operation of CPC. Students, now I am going to explain classifications of laws. Laws can be divided into the two groups. First one, substantive laws. Substantive laws are those laws which determine the rights and liabilities of the parties. Second one, adjective or procedural laws. Procedural laws are those laws which prescribe the practice, procedure and machinery of those rights and liabilities. The efficiency of substantive laws, to a great extent, depends upon the quality of procedural laws. Unless the procedure is simple, expeditious and inexpensive, substantive laws, however good, are bound to fail in achieving their objects and reaching the goal. It is the procedural laws which put life into the substantive laws by providing a remedy and implements the well-known maxim ubi jus ibi remedium, which means where there is right there is a remedy. The substantive laws provide the right, whereas the adjective or procedural laws provide the remedy to enforce the rights. In India, the Indian Contract Act 1872, the Transfer of Property Act 1882, the Indian Penal Code etc. are some examples of the substantive laws, whereas the Indian Evidence Act, the Limitation Act, the Code of Civil Procedure, the Code of Criminal Procedure are some examples of the procedural laws. The Code of Civil Procedure 1908 is an adjective or procedure law. It neither creates nor takes away any right. It is intended to regulate the procedure to be followed by the civil courts. Students, please give attention. Now I am going to explain history or background of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. Actually, there was no uniform Code of Civil Procedure prior to 1859. Different systems of civil procedure existed in different parts of the country. Even in the same region, different systems of procedure prevailed. For example, in Bengal alone, there were as many as 9 different systems which were in force simultaneously. The first Uniform Code of Civil Procedure was enacted in the year 1859. Subsequently, in 1877, a new code was brought in force to overcome the defects of the Code of Civil Procedure of 1859. Again in 1882, another code was enacted. This code underwent amendments from time to time. It was in 1908 that the present Code of Civil Procedure, 1908, came into force with effect from the 1st of January 1909, while the Amendment Act, 1976, came into force with effect from the 1st of February 1977. The code has recently been amended in 1999 and in 2002 both Theses Amendment Acts came into force with effect from the 1st of July 2002. The Code of Civil Procedure 1908 has also been amended by the Commercial Courts Act, 2015, which has received the assent on the 31st of December 2015 but shall be deemed to have come into force on the 23rd of October 2015. Students, please give your attention here. Now I am going to explain third one, scheme of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. The Code of Civil Procedure 1908 can be divided into two parts. First one, body of the code and second one, schedule of the code. First one, body of the code. The body of the code contains 158 sections which are grouped into 11 parts. Second one, schedule of the code. After the body of the code, the first schedule follows them. The schedule is classified into 51 orders, which are numbered in Roman as order I to order Li. Don't confuse yourself, order Li means order 51 as per Roman numeral. Each order deals with a specific procedural matter and contains rules thereof. The sections lays down general principles of jurisdiction, while the schedule relates to the procedure, method, manner and mode in which the jurisdiction may be exercised. If the rules are inconsistent with sections, then the sections will prevail over the rules. Body of the code is fundamental in nature. If any amendment is required to be carried out in any of the provisions contained in the body of the code, then it can be done only by the legislature. But the schedule can be amended by the High Courts by virtue of powers conferred upon them by sections 121, 122, 125, 126, 127,128, 129, 130, and 131 of the Code. Next topic. Scope. Code not exhaustive. The Code of Civil Procedure 1908 is exhaustive on matters specifically dealt with by it. However, it is not exhaustive on the points not specifically dealt with therein. The legislature is incapable of contemplating all the possible circumstances which may arise in future litigation and consequently for providing procedure for them. With regard to those matters, the court has inherent power to act according to the principles of justice, equity, and good conscience. Section 151 of the Code specifically provides that nothing in this code shall be deemed to limit or otherwise affect the inherent powers of the court to make such orders as may be necessary for the ends of justice or to prevent the abuse of the process of the court. Next one, how to make the interpretation to CPC 1908. The rules of procedure must be interpreted liberally and in such manner as to render the enforcement of substantive rights effective. Last one, nature of the operation of CPC 1908. The Code of Civil Procedure 1908 is not retrospective in operation. Thank you students for watching my lecture.